In fact, Putin's demands are substantially similar to what he was demanding at the beginning of the invasion in February 2022. So that's the biggest problem that both sides confront, is that Putin is not being reasonable, especially about territory. He's not only demanding that he gets all of the territory that he illegally annexed, including parts of the 4 provinces that Ukrainian armed forces have fought bravely to defend. He now wants even more than that. He wants even more territory than that. So that's not appropriate, and that's not something that Ukraine is likely to concede to, given that it has to worry about its future security after a ceasefire, and it also has to worry about public opinion in Ukraine, and it would be very negative among the citizens of Ukraine for Ukraine to give up territory that its soldiers fought bravely to defend. So those are some of the issues. There's also the issue of security guarantees. Ukraine needs them from Europe and from the U.S. to be sure that there will be consequences if Russia violates a future ceasefire. And so far, Putin has not even agreed to that.
So what happens if we aren't able to meet this June deadline?
It's not clear that the U.S., I don't think, has said what the consequences will be. But you can assume one of the consequences may be that the aid and assistance that the U.S. provides to Ukraine could be cut off. Now, most of it has already been cut off. And the U.S. is still cooperating with Ukraine, still sharing intelligence, but we aren't providing any funds to support Ukraine, either in aid or in the nature of sending U.S. weapons directly to Ukraine, although we are allowing Ukraine to buy U.S.-made weapons, and we are allowing our European allies to transfer weapons they buy from the U.S. to Ukraine. It would be very harmful to Ukraine if the U.S. were to use that as a bargaining chip and threaten Ukraine to cut that off if a ceasefire is not accomplished, especially if the reason the ceasefire does not happen is because of Russia's recalcitrance.